जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम. We just learned about electrical properties of materials, and in which we understood that it is actually the response of material to the electric field. Now we go on and study optical properties of materials. And optical properties of materials refer to their response when exposed to the electromagnetic radiation, especially the visible light. So when we apply electromagnetic radiation or throw electromagnetic radiation onto a material, how it responds gives us optical properties of that particular material. Electromagnetic radiation होती क्या है? Electromagnetic radiation is a combination of electric and magnetic field components that are perpendicular to each other and also to the direction of their propagation or travel. So electric field and magnetic field perpendicular to each other, their components every time, and also to the direction of their motion. So this gives us electromagnetic radiation. This light, heat, radio waves and X-rays are all examples of electromagnetic radiation or electromagnetic waves. And these rays or radiations are characteristic of a range of different wavelengths and the technique by which they are generated. Okay, here we look at detail. This is that is called electromagnetic radiation or spectrum, and further they have various wavelengths, of course frequencies and the energies, and we have divided them into different portions: radio waves, microwaves, infrareds, ultraviolet, and then a portion that is visible to or sensitive to human eye, and then X-rays and gamma rays. If we look at the visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, it's again divided further into different wavelengths, and these wavelengths have typical colors, or these wavelengths are characteristic of are characterized or typified by their different colors. So this is the different colors of the spectrum, and these depend upon the wavelength of the radiation. So electromagnetic radiation, this travels through vacuum with speed of light, and speed of light is related to electric and magnetic permeability by the relation given by this. So this is electromagnetic spectrum, and in that particularly visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, and how the materials respond to this visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum gives us optical properties of materials. Now we will see in case of material types, broadly speaking, metals and non-metals, that how they respond to this visible portion or electromagnetic spectrum, and which gives them different optical properties. Before this, some definitions: frequency, wavelength of electromagnetic radiation. These are related to the speed of light by the relation C is equal to lambda nu, and this nu is frequency and this is wavelength of a electromagnetic radiation. When electromagnetic radiation is taken as quantum mechanical phenomena, wherein radiation is considered to consist of packets of energy called photon or quanta, the energy of photon is related to frequency and wavelength through this relation. Okay, electromagnetic इस रेडिएशन को हम वेव के तौर पे भी कंसिडर करते हैं और क्वांटम मैकेनिकल कॉन्सेप्ट्स में पैकेट्स की सूरत में भी कंसिडर करते हैं. When it is taken as consisting of energy packets, that is called photons. So energy of photon is then related with this relation hc over lambda. Okay, and h is Planck's constant. Here you can see that energy is hc over lambda. Here h is constant, Planck's constant, c is constant, velocity of light. It's only the wavelength which relates with the electron energy of the photons. Okay, so it means we can vary this wavelength and get different energy photons, or different energy photons will have different wavelengths. You can confirm this from here. You see, you change the wavelengths and you get different energies, and of course depending upon the wavelength you have different colors of the radiations. So from here you can see this relation, that this wavelength or energy is dependent upon the wavelength, or wavelength affects the energy of the electromagnetic radiation. When optical phenomena are considered where light interacts with matter, light is considered as packets of energy or photon. जब हम इलेक्ट्रिकल ऑप्टिकल फिनोमेना को कंसीडर करते हैं जिसमें लाइट मैटर के साथ इंटरेक्ट करती है, तो हम लाइट को एनर्जी पैकेट्स, जिसको फोटॉन्स कहते हैं, की सूरत में कंसीडर करते हैं. Okay, what could happen when light interacts with solids? When light moves from one medium to another, it may be transmitted, absorbed, or reflected. Three possible happenings are that when light moves from one medium to other is whether it will be transmitted, or either it will be transmitted, or it will be absorbed, or it will get reflected. The intensity of light that is incident on a medium naturally must be the sum of intensities of the transmitted, absorbed, and reflected intensities. That we have called that there are three possibilities. When light strikes a medium, either it will get transmitted or absorbed or reflected. So it means all three must combine to give us the total intensity of the incident light. That is what we have described here with the help of this relation, that incident radiation or intensity of incident radiation is equal to the sum of intensity of radiation that is transmitted, absorbed, or reflected. In other ways, we can say the radiation intensity, that is the energy transmitted per unit time across a unit area held perpendicular to the direction of propagation and expressed in watts per meter square, must be the transmitted plus absorption plus reflection equal to get. These are all ratios and these sums must equal to 1, complete 1. Okay, the transmissivity, absorptivity, and reflectivity. This is the ratio of transmitted over incident radiation, radiation absorbed over incident radiation, radiation reflected over incident radiation. All the ratios are the sum of the fractions of incident light transmitted, absorbed, and reflected must be equal to 1. उन सारी रेडिएशंस की जो रेशियोज हैं, जो ट्रांसमिट हुई है, एब्जॉर्ब हुई है या रिफ्लेक्ट हुई है, उनका सम हमें 1 होना चाहिए, या जितनी भी लाइट इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट इंसिडेंट हुई है वो इक्वल होएगी जितनी लाइट ट्रांसमिट हुई है, एब्जॉर्ब हुई है या रिफ्लेक्ट हुई है. Because these are the three possibilities that we have when light is incident on a particular medium. अच्छा, अब ये होता क्या है when light strikes a particular medium? तो जैसे हमने देखा था इलेक्ट्रिकल बिहेवियर, इलेक्ट्रिकल प्रॉपर्टीज की सूरत में, इलेक्ट्रॉन बैंड स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो अफेक्ट करता है इलेक्ट्रिकल रिस्पांस को. इसी तरह जब ऑप्टिकल बिहेवियर होता है तो इस सूरत में क्या होता है, here we see atomic and electronic interactions. Optical phenomena in solids occurs through interaction between electromagnetic radiation and atoms, ions or electrons, whatever we have in that particular medium. So electronic polarization, when we have fluctuating electric field component of electromagnetic radiation for of course visible frequency ranges, this interacts with electron clouds in its path and induces polarization or shifts electron cloud. Okay, some radiation portion is absorbed and some is refracted. So electron transition occurs. For example, here we have an electron at energy level E2 and then we give some energy and it moves or it excites from this to this level E4. In this case, it absorbs energy and goes from level E2 to level E4. Okay, or in reverse, emission can happen an electron moves from level E4 to level E2, and in this case it will emit an photon that has an energy equivalent to the difference in these two levels. This electronic excitation delta E is E4 minus E2. Okay, and if it absorbs, it will get from E2 to E4, and if it absorbs, the reverse will occur and it will move from E4 to E2, exciting and emitting a photon that has an energy equivalent to the gap of these two levels. Absorption and emission of electromagnetic radiation involves electron transitions from one energy state to another. Okay, absorption की सूरत में ये लोअर लेवल से हायर लेवल की तरफ जाएगा, और जब हायर लेवल से लोअर की तरफ आएगा तो ये क्वांटा ऑफ एनर्जी इमिट करेगा, दैट विल बी इक्विवेलेंट टू h nu. ओके, अब हम देखते हैं what is the optical behavior of metals and how this behavior is affected, or how this behavior results. Optical properties of metals. As per electron energy band schemes for metals, high energy band only partially filled. Incident radiation within visible frequencies range get absorbed in exciting electrons, which makes metals opaque. हमने पहले ही पढ़ा इन केस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल प्रॉपर्टीज कि मेटल्स की सूरत में हमारे पास देयर इज लॉट ऑफ एम्प्टी स्टेट्स available in the conduction band, and there is no gap in between the filled states and the empty states. So all the visible portion of the light, when this strikes the metal, वो तमाम visible lights की जो different wavelengths हैं, different possible wavelengths, because of lot of energy states available in case of metals, तो तमाम वेवलेंथ्स जिनकी एनर्जी वेरी करती है वो सब की सब इस्तेमाल हो जाती हैं टू एक्साइट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्रॉम filled states to the conduction states. So जब तमाम लाइट जो इंसिडेंट है मुख्तलिफ वेवलेंथ्स का कम्बिनेशन विजिबल पोर्शन ऑफ लाइट वो जब एब्जॉर्ब हो जाता है, इट मींस light is totally absorbed, no light gets transmitted, so the metals become opaque. ये वजह है कि metals अपने ऊपर इंसिडेंट होने वाली तमाम विजिबल लाइट जो डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ्स का कॉम्बिनेशन है उन सबको एब्जॉर्ब करती है, बिकॉज हमारे पास बहुत सारी एम्प्टी स्टेट्स अवेलेबल हैं विदाउट एनी एनर्जी गैप जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को एक्साइट करके filled state से कंडक्शन स्टेट में पहुंचा देती हैं. So no light is able to get through or transmit, and all the light is absorbed inside the metal to excite or move electrons from the valence states to the conduction states. That is why metals behave as opaque. इसलिए metals opaque होते हैं क्योंकि वो तमाम इंसिडेंट लाइट को एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं. All frequencies of visible light are absorbed by metals because of continuously available empty spaces which allow electron transition. That is why metals are opaque. क्योंकि हमारे पास बहुत सारी empty states हैं और गैप भी नहीं है, एनर्जी गैप. तो जितनी भी मुख्तलिफ एनर्जी की रेडिएशंस जो एक विजिबल लाइट का में कंबाइन हुई होती हैं, जब स्ट्राइक करती हैं तो सारी की सारी एब्जॉर्ब होके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को एक्साइट करवाती हैं, मटेरियल के अंदर ही एब्जॉर्ब हो जाती हैं. लिहाजा मटेरियल these cannot get through or transmit through the material, so metals are opaque. Okay, now in case of non-metals, non-metallic materials, they may be transparent to visible light. Okay, in addition to reflection and absorption, refraction and transmission must also be considered in case of non-metals. अब non-metals में चूंकि हमारे पास डिफरेंट पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं। ये इलेक्ट्रिकल बिहेवियर में हमने पढ़ा था। We have band gaps, free energy states are less, okay, so they have different possibilities. Either they have available states or not, okay. Depending upon this, the non-matters may have some light refracted, some reflected, some absorbed, and a portion may get transmitted. So depending upon the available empty spaces or filled states, the light, when it strikes the non-metals, they may be transparent, or they may refract, or absorb the incident radiation. Okay, the band अब ये different phenomena होते क्या है? Refraction, the bending of light as it enters from one medium to another is termed as refraction. The index of refraction is the ratio of velocity in a vacuum to the velocity in medium, and this magnitude of bending depends on the wavelength of the light. What is reflection? Reflection is scattering of light at the interface when it passes from one medium to another. The reflectivity gives us fraction of light that is reflected at the interface, okay, incident and reflected, and this gives us reflectivity of that particular material. Here we have this reflectivity in case of light when it travels from one medium to another, and here is in case of light when it travels from vacuum or air to another solid. And because this the reflectivity for the air or vacuum is taken as 1, so it is this n that we have already defined, index of refraction in case of solid -1, and their ratio gives us reflectivity R. Of course, higher the index of refraction, higher is the reflectivity. Now absorption. Non-metallic materials, if opaque, absorb light either by electron polarization or through valence band, conduction band, electron transition. अगर हमारे पास जो नॉन मेटल्स हैं वो ओपेक हैं, उसकी वजह ये होगी कि जैसे मेटल्स की सूरत में तमाम लाइट वो एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते थे, तो इस सूरत में भी वो या इलेक्ट्रॉन पोलराइजेशन होने से या वैलेंस बैंड से कंडक्शन बैंड में इलेक्ट्रॉन की ट्रांजिशन से वो तमाम लाइट को एब्जॉर्ब कर लेंगे, लिहाजा दे विल बिकम ओपेक. इफ incident photon energy is greater than band gap energy, excitation occurs by absorption. A non-metallic material will become opaque at some wavelength depending upon magnitude of its band gap. Band gap के ऊपर डिपेंड करते हुए जो नॉन मेटल है वो ओपेक होएगा. अगर हमारे पास इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन जो है, जो इंसिडेंट फोटोन है, उसकी एनर्जी इतनी ज़्यादा हो कि वो इस बैंड गैप को कवर करे और वो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को इस फिल वैलेंस बैंड से इस कंडक्शन बैंड में एक्साइट करवा सके, तो लाइट एब्जॉर्ब हो जाएगी और जो नॉन मेटल है वो ओपेक हो जाएगा. इसका मतलब है कि हमारे पास जो एच न्यू है या एच सी ओवर लैम्डा, इट मस्ट बी ग्रेटर देन बैंड गैप. इस बैंड गैप से जो इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन है उसकी एनर्जी ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए. ज़्यादा होएगी तो इसको ऑक्यूपाई करके, इसको जंप करके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को यहाँ से यहाँ तक मूव करवा सकते हैं. और जो पहले हमने कहा था कि एनर्जी बैंड गैप डायरेक्टली डिपेंड्स इनडायरेक्टली डिपेंड्स अपॉन वेवलेंथ. तो वेवलेंथ जितनी कम होएगी आपके पास एनर्जी उतनी ज़्यादा होएगी, आप बैंड गैप को ऑक्यूपाई करना या कवर करना ज़्यादा मुमकिन हो सकेगा. मतलब इन दोनों की रेशो फाइंड करके आप मालूम कर सकते हैं कि कितना बैंड गैप है, या अगर बैंड गैप गिवन है तो हम ये मालूम कर सकते हैं कि कितनी वेवलेंथ होनी चाहिए उस रेडिएशन की ताकि वो इस एनर्जी गैप को ऑक्यूपाई कर सके, और इस सूरत में जो नॉन मेटल्स हैं वो ओपेक होंगे। अदरवाइज अगर वो कम है या उससे ज्यादा है, जो बैंड गैप है उससे रेडिएशन की इंटेंस जो इंसिडेंट फोटॉन्स है या लाइट है उसकी एनर्जी ज्यादा है या कम है, तो वो दैट विल गेट ट्रांसमिटेड और नॉन मेटल है वो ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाएगा। The intensity of net absorbed radiation is dependent on the character of the medium and the path length within, कि वो path length उसकी कितनी है और मीडियम का करेक्टर क्या है, उस पे डिपेंड करेगा कि कितनी जो रेडिएशन हमने स्ट्राइक की है वो एब्जॉर्ब होती है, उसकी कितनी इंटेंसिटी। द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ ट्रांसमिटेड और नॉन एब्जॉर्ब रेडिएशन कंटिन्यूसली डिक्रीजेस विद द डिस्टेंस दैट द लाइट ट्रेवर्सेस। ऑफ कोर्स जितना डिस्टेंस उसको मीडियम के अंदर ज्यादा ट्रेवल करना पड़ेगा उतनी ज्यादा उसकी एब्जॉर्बेंस बढ़ती जाएगी। और द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द नॉन रिफ्लेक्टेड इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन एंड द एब्जॉर्प्शन कोएफिशिएंट इज द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर मटेरियल। तो ये हर मटेरियल के लिए मुख्तलिफ होगा डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द मटेरियल, एंड दिस वेरीज विद वेवलेंथ ऑफ इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन एंड गिवन बाय दिस रिलेशन। This is a typical behavior of a green glass in which we can see the transmitted visible portion and absorbed wavelengths of the incident radiation. Green glass किन wavelengths को वो transmit करता है और किन wavelengths को वो ये इस portion में absorb कर लेता है। तो ये depends upon materials. So different mediums differently behave करेंगे। Transmission is actually incident beam of intensity when it impinges on front face of the sample or the medium or a material that has a particular thickness and absorption coefficient beta, and transmitted intensity at the back face कि कितनी strike हुई है और कितनी back face से emit हुई है, this gives us transmission and it is related with this relation. Transmitted light intensity is related to the intensity of the incident radiation and its reflectivity and absorption coefficient, and R here is the reflectance. This will tell us how much light will be transmitted from a particular material. So जो non metals हैं वो transmit कर सकते हैं, absorb कर सकते हैं, reflect और refract कर सकते हैं, depending upon which characteristic is dominant वो नॉन मेटल ओपेक होएगा, ट्रांसपेरेंट होएगा या ट्रांसलूसेंट होएगा। Where in case of metals, because we have lot of free energy states available, तो तमाम की तमाम विजिबल लाइट पोर्शन वो एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं और इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को एक्साइट करवा देते हैं from filled energy states to conduction energy states. That is why all of the metals are typically opaque.